the music that I was telling you about. Did you hear the music I was telling you about in the first part? I know you said that the sound was down, but you other guys.
You said it got shut down, huh, Rich?
Oh yeah. The music got shut down. As I said during the broadcast last night, I asked Daniel Jeremiah what was a shorter tenure in the history of the NFL, the music at the Combine or Bill Belichick as the head coach of the Jets. That's what I asked him on the air last night.
What was the
music?
What was the reason?
As the music started playing, you could just see the scouts in the stands kind of look at each other like, who left the radio on? You know, like, what's going on? I don't know if they got that much of a heads up. There were 10,000 fans there last night.
Wow.
So I guess that they were trying to create an atmosphere for the fans, and so they started playing music. But the problem is the music was kind of, it was intrusive in the fact that, for instance, that they announce on a loudspeaker who's running, who's not, who's running because they have a medical issue, and who's not running because they just don't want to, and that they'll run at the pro day. And those announcements are made, certainly the more important announcements being, who's running a second time. So, like, for instance, when Olave doesn't run a second time, they announce, Chris Olave essentially elects to, not running it.
Right.
Or Malik Willis is not running. He'll run at its pro day. Like, they literally make those announcements. And scouts and GMs couldn't hear the announcements.
Couldn't hear those things.
There's music playing.
No.
So there were, some messages that were kind of sent up the chain of command, and all of a sudden, it was quiet as a church in there.
I got to push back on this, Rich. I know you were texting us about it, and I kind of, said it was whack. But, these scouts, it's not for them. Okay, it's a television event for fans, and
Chris.
it's turning into this big type of tentpole off-season event as we head into the draft, right? The evaluation period, okay? We can set up some kind of tech service for the scouts if they really want to know if a guy isn't going to run a second time. Like, someone with the NFL can get everyone's phone numbers on a file and hit one big group text, and Chris Olave will not be running a second grade. Everyone's got their phone on. Beep, 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 beep. Keep the music on. If you're going to have 10,000 fans there and make this into this big thing, the scouts have to take a back seat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's not what this thing is.
It is what it is now,
it is
though.
For the scouts, Chris. This is literally.
Then what are the pro days for? One or the other.
The pro days are initially for other scouts that are in the area, or kids that were not invited to the Combine. Like, not every kid is. There's only 325 invites to this thing.
If I'm a player, if I'm the players next year, I'm saying I'm not going to the Combine unless music's rocking. That's the deal now.
You know what? I don't know if that's the hill they want to die on that front, but like for instance, Georgia has the most kids here, but not all their kids here.
Yeah.
And then there might be some small schools around Georgia, around Athens, that might send some kids there. So it's just another way. Pro days are just another way. Look, the Combine is essentially the reason why it exists, and the reason why it will always exist is for the medical examinations,
right? And
for some of the face-to-face interviews.
Exactly.
And while we're at it, doing all of these on-field drills, while everybody's there, that's the reason why it was created. So now the fact that the NFL is coming in with some fans and trying to make it a fan experience, it still doesn't intrude on what this is all about, which is the on-field drills and the medical evaluations. And the NFL Network itself has been making, a dance around that for 17, 18 years. So,
but you can't ask everyone else to adapt, and then the scouts just to go about business as usual, like they have been for the last 30 years. Like, they have to adapt as well. And if it means putting in some buds so you don't have to hear the music, then so be it.
Well, it's kind of like, Chris, let's just put it this way. Let's just say you've done something a certain way for a very long time, and you're trying to broaden things out for others, or people who are coming in to try and broaden it out for others. Let's say you're a burger draft, right? You want to get more people at your burger draft, and you're going to allow a couple of people to eat whatever they want, because other than that, then they won't attend, right? Let's just say you're trying to expand your audience for it, right? You'll still be saying, screw that, right? Screw that. You come here, you got to eat only what burger is drafted for you, right? Wouldn't you say that after all that time?
But if I want to play music and you want to have a conversation, just like talk over the music.
The scouts are you for your burger draft. You get it? And they're like, turn the music off.
You don't need music.
While they don't have a tech system set up. I will say this, though. The fans were fun in the fact that when David Bell, by the way, we nailed the glue guys.
No, we
nailed.
We were on it.
There were like four Gorilla Glue guys last night alone, and so when David Bell, Purdue, he went to high school 12 miles down the road. When he did anything, like
it was loud, yeah.
Anything, fans were cheering. They were like, "Class, I've never heard before." David Bell goes through the gauntlet drill. He's done with it. Huge standing ovation. It was
That's awesome.
So weird. Now, scouts should get used to that because it's just applause. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing. And anytime there were like 10 dudes, drunk dudes, like probably from like Columbus, anytime Olave and Garrett Wilson did anything, and this was late at night when half the crowd was gone, they were going ape anytime they did anything. And
dotting the I in the stands.
Yeah, and then when they were doing the go routes, the quarterbacks, and your guy Strong from Nevada, Malik Willis, and whoever could really crank it and throw it downfield, 60 yards in the air, and then they completed it, everybody went crazy. And that was fun. Like, there was actually energy in the building for that. And I hope, scouts or whomever don't have a problem with that. But plus the music sucked. I don't know who chose it. It really wasn't good. Kind of like stuck in the largest elevator ever. It really just is not. I think just all around it was
clearly the players didn't choose the music.
I was going
right?
to say, here's the move. Next year when the quarterbacks are throwing, let the quarterback who's throwing have control of the playlist.
Just kind of like the walkout music.
Individualized playlist for the workouts.
Oh gosh!
I just think I don't know if everyone was on the same page going in.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, they certainly ripped that page out of the book and
in a hurry.
it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.